Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Genesis Chiropractic Software, I'm Dr. Tabor Smith, and I am here with a very special guest, good friend of mine, Dr. Beau Pierce. How are you today, sir?
Hey Tabor, doing great, man. Thanks for having me on here.
Oh, it's a privilege, and Dr. Beau is one of the minds behind Circle of Docs, and I know when I say Circle of Docs, most of you out there know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a huge resource for chiropractors, and in I know a lot of chiropractors are using it. Thousands of chiropractors are on it all the time, but in my opinion as well, it's not being utilized enough, and it's not being utilized as effectively as it can be in helping us to grow our practice. And that's exactly what we're about on this podcast, is helping you grow your practice and hit the goals that you want to hit this year. So, Dr. Beau, tell us a little bit about Circle of Docs and how it came about and your part in it.
Sure. Well, first off, thank you for having me on the podcast. So I do want to just jump right in because I know that your listeners here are all about explosive growth and really, elevating their practice in their community. So for those who don't know, Circle of Docs is an online network for the chiropractic profession. So we combine news, resources, and a community under one platform, and we do it all in the name of chiropractic. We publish 5 to 7 pieces of content a day, or pieces of content a week, excuse me. We have a robust community where you can ask questions among other doctors, and we really provide a really safe and open and inviting place for doctors, students of chiropractic, and your chiropractic CAs.
Awesome, man. We were talking a little bit the other day about how chiropractors can find research
Mm-hmm.
on Circle of Docs, and I think that's a huge value because we're always looking, and really the only way that chiropractors know how to find research right now is to Google it and to see if something pops up, or if they kind of understand PubMed, they could do a little search, but it's difficult to find. And there's a lot out there. There's a lot of research out there for chiropractic, but how do we find it?
Sure. So we did this, we tried to really simplify this because, I mean, I'm a doctor that practices as well. And the whole PubMed, searching the journals, it can be very daunting and frightening. So we tried to really, get over those hurdles and present it in a way that any doctor, any student can access it literally immediately. So we went out and basically joined forces with the largest research companies in the world. We have about 38,000 indexed articles on Circle of Docs right now. So let me tell you two really simple ways to use research concerning COD. The first one is that we publish a new piece of research every single week. It usually comes out on a Thursday or a Friday, and it's usually surrounding some sort of hot topic, whether it's pediatrics or low back pain. Last week we talked about stroke and the significance of it. We looked at, is there a correlation between chiropractic and stroke? And we really try to break it down for you guys and make it really bite-sized, easy to understand and consume information.
Nice.
The second way to do it is when you're on Circle of Docs, we have tabs. There's a doctors, a students, a CA tab. Anyway, underneath the doctors tab, there's something called research. You just click on that, and it looks like Google. And you can type in any term that you want, or we have a whole bunch of like chiropractic related topics. We have chiropractic research categories, and it's anything. I mean, it's neck pain, headaches, pediatrics, repetitive stress, whiplash, stroke, chiropractic rehab, case studies, conditions, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And all you have to do is click on one of them, and you'll be presented with hundreds, if not thousands, of articles. And you can take those articles and then use them however you want. Maybe you want to post them on Facebook. Maybe you want to make a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Tabor, we were talking about creating these funnels where you have a certain patient demographic, and then you can take some of that research and present it to that patient and make yourself look like the authority in that space. So, the research is super easy to access, and it's all right there. And again, it's completely free. Circle of Docs is a free resource for you guys.
Right. No, and that's a great point, is that you can not only use these articles because they're already online, you can use them to build these segmented lists. And let's say you have patients with, headaches or back pain or pediatrics or whatever it is. You can actually enter these patients into an email list and have these articles and this research, the articles that you write actually just feed to them automatically. Another way to do that too, if you're not online, is just to print these articles off and be able to have stacks of research for different topics. So you're going to have people who come in all over the board with different types of symptoms and problems, but you're going to be able to show them how chiropractic has helped people just like them get better and improve and improve their health.
Yeah, it's super easy. You used headache, and I actually have. I'm sitting here next to my laptop, and I clicked on the headache tab, and let me tell you, here's a couple, three topics: intractable migraine headaches during pregnancy under chiropractic care. Like
Wow,
that may make a good article.
that's
How about
awesome.
this one? Chronic daily headache in adolescence. How about this one? Upper cross syndrome and its relationship to cervicogenic headache. Think we
Wow,
could use one of those in your practice today? Think that your patients may want to take that, or you may want to present that to your patients and say, hey, why don't you read this? Or why don't I send you an article concerning what you have going on and adherence to your care program, and how important what we do here in the office is for what you have going on in your life.
that's beautiful, man. And I'm gonna start utilizing that even more in my practice. So I know this is I mean, just an extremely valuable resource. I mean, that's free for chiropractors to use,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Nope.
And so that's just one way that chiropractors are using Circle of Docs. But what are some other ways we could use it in our practice? We could use it as a resource, and what are your recommendations as far as that goes?
Sure. So, Circle of Docs, the way we write our content and the way our platform is set up is that it's kind of a mash between two things. And I say a mash between our content is very edgy, it's very catchy, it's very, I guess we would call it Gizmodo if you know who that website is, or
Nice.
Mashable. And we try to take that stance as well as the very quote unquote doctor stance and put the two together. So we want to make it a resource that you want to read every single day. Matter of fact, that's what we ask for. The average person spends 83 minutes a day on Facebook, so all we would like is for 5.
Nice.
And it's really easy. Just jump on Circle of Docs in the morning, see what articles are there, leave a comment, connect with a friend, anything that you want. It's really, really accessible and easy to use. And we like to, say that we pride ourselves on making it easy to consume as well. So it's really not dry, boring material that you think of like when you're going to go to school again, and bores you. No, no, no. We really try to make a lot of great, catchy content. As far as other things that you can utilize, we do have a podcast which we come out every single week with. So I know you're probably listening to this on a podcast. So we'd love for you to jump over to Circle of Docs and subscribe there as well. I think podcasts are an amazing medium that's really exploding right now. And there's tons of ways to consume content. I bet people that are listening to this maybe at the gym while they're working out or on their way to and from the office. And, I really encourage that. It's really important that you get, I guess, quote unquote, dipped in chiropractic every single day, because we are out there, kind of on our own when we're in practice every day. So having a resource where you can check in, stay inspired, get the latest news, get the latest research that's coming out, and that's what we aim to do with COD.
Well, and that's awesome, and it also works kind of, like you were saying, keeps us motivated, keeps us inspired because we get to interact with one another on
Yeah.
that site. So it's a place where sure we could do that on Facebook, but your friends aren't all chiropractors on Facebook.
Right, right. Well, here, let's be honest about this. Facebook is used for what Facebook is used for. It's for your friends. It's for arguing over what you think is right about, the next politician or what's going on. Where Circle of Docs is completely different. We are set up in a completely HIPAA compliant environment. We talk all about just chiropractic. This website is used to grow you and to grow your practice. I don't know if you can really say that about Facebook. When was the last time
Yeah,
if you walked away and said, hey, yeah, Facebook really grew my practice today? I don't know if I
right.
could ever say that about Facebook.
Mm-mm.
So we really tried to set up a platform that's just for us, that's just for the chiropractic community. I wrote an article, I think it's called Where Do You Stand? And it's called Chiropractic Spartans. And it talks about, you know, as the Spartan, they were fighting, there's only 300 of them, how they all took a stand together and they interlocked their shields and they became stronger than any army. Matter of fact, I think they killed like, I think it was 60 or 70,000 Persians that day. And as chiropractors, since we are so scattered, we need one place where we can, quote unquote, interlock our shields. And that's what we've done with COD. Yes, we talk about hot topics. Yes, we talk about and defend chiropractic on COD. Somebody wants to come after us saying that we stroke people out, or we do X, Y, and Z. Well, COD is going to have a stance on that for us, for the chiropractic profession. So many of these associations and, groups are out there and they're all self-serving, and that's not what COD is. We want to be self-serving to the chiropractor. So that's
Nice.
exactly why we did that.
Well, I want to throw a challenge out there to everybody listening. I want us to, for the next 30 days, let's log into Circle of Docs every morning and read at least one article, share it, or participate in the forum, and and let's watch how that helps us to unite and grow and just be able to discover and share new things in our office that we wouldn't have if we hadn't been connected through Circle of Docs. So for the next 30 days, log in every morning. And by the way, Beau, what if they don't have a Circle of Docs membership, or they're not how does that work? How can we get signed up, or how can we view that?
Yep, one click. That's all it takes. Go to circleofdocs.com and you just one click. Sign up with Facebook. It connects everything. It's done. It's that easy.
I love how you made it easy, because it's going to be, I could do it right now when I wake up in the morning with a cup of coffee and click a button, and we're in, right?
Here, let me give your listeners a little insight. Something that we just came out with. We actually have a new release of COD that's just coming out in the next week or so. I don't know when this podcast will come out, but we've created a bookmarking feature. So if you have an iOS application like an iPhone, you can actually go to circleofdocs.com and open up the search bar on the bottom. You know how you would open up a new page,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a little box that has an arrow on it, and you would click that box, and that creates a bookmark, which looks like an app on your actual phone. So when you get up in the morning, we talked about checking in. Once you're logged into Circle of Docs and it's on your phone, it functions just like any other app that
Oh
you would have.
man,
So it's all right there for you guys.
that's beautiful. That, I mean, actually, that works out so perfectly. I don't have to change my schedule at all. I could actually just listen to it or watch it or see it, when I wake up or on the way to work or whatever it is. It's right there, just bam, at the click of a button.
Yep, you just put it right there, and then you can comment right below it, and it's pretty beautiful how our developers came up with that feature, and it's so accessible and easy. And once doctors they hear that, they're like, oh my goodness, that's so much nicer than having to physically go to desktop and do all of that. I think 73% of our users are coming in from a mobile device, so
Yeah,
we've really been focusing on that aspect.
that's smart. I think everything's moving more mobile now than even desktop anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so tell us a little bit to kind of sum things up. What's your vision for Circle of Docs? What do you guys got planned? I know you're always doing new, innovative things. You're adding, things like the cool bookmark and all of that. What's coming up?
Well, with Circle of Docs, we want to do two things. We want to innovate, number one, and we want to push the boundaries, number two. And I say that in a way that I want chiropractic to be everywhere. I want us to be worldwide. I want every doctor when they walk into Home Depot, every single person knows who they are. They take pride in being the chiropractor of that town. They take pride in being able to serve more, you know, people, serve more members of that community than any other doctor. So as far as what we're going to do, that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to develop, we're going to create, and we are going to innovate any resource that's on the web and stuff that's not on the web yet to help you as the doctor to elevate yourself, to elevate your practice, and to make you the authority, because the message of chiropractic is the true message of wellness. It is the true message of the way that we are supposed to live. We're not supposed to be taking drugs. We're not supposed to be having these crazy medications and being vaccinated with 70 doses of our little kids. No way, guys. That's not the way our bodies are meant to live. We all know that. So we are going to do whatever it takes on our side to build in the resources and to build in the platform to help you guys out in practice.
That's awesome, man. Well, it sounds like Circle of Docs have got our back, and I want to encourage everybody out there to get behind Circle of Docs and really help them to grow. So every day, this is the challenge. Every day, next 30 days, we're logging into Circle of Docs. We're participating. We're growing. We're learning. Any parting words, Dr. Beau?
I think that the my parting words are is that we are all in this together. We are stronger together than singular. And as a profession, we are very fragmented, as we all know. We all,
Absolutely.
want to fight and scratch for our little piece of the area and, say this technique's better or this is better. And that's great, because I think that that helps to grow the profession. But we really need to have one place, one platform that provides a stance. It provides an area where people who are not chiropractors can look into the profession and say, what's this chiropractic about? Oh, Circle of Docs. Yeah, that's what all the chiropractors are on. Oh,
Nice.
that's what represents chiropractic. And we take extreme pride in that. And we really, really want to preserve that. And we really want to, hold what we're doing up in the best of light. So I want to thank you, Tabor, for having me on this podcast. And also to our listeners, thank you because you guys are what makes Circle of Docs so special and what really drives me every morning to wake up at 5 a.m. like we are right now to do a podcast. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for being on here, and thanks for sacrificing. Thanks for bringing us Circle of Docs. So, ladies and gentlemen, circleofdocs.com. Go there today. If you're not already signed up, get signed up. Click a button, and then start learning and growing today. All right? Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time.